All right, what's up? Anyone coming into the chat later or watching the replay? Me and Rookie, this weird guy staring at you, are going to be talking about Godzilla versus Kong and our anticipation. Apparently, it's just got moved back a week from for the Snyder Cut, so I guess they finally confirmed its release time on HBO Max. So it's pushed back a week, and before we get into any of that, though, Rookie, what's been up?
What's up, bro? I finally have returned to posting content on the YouTubes, and yeah, got some stuff all coming out. Got my birthday tomorrow. Gonna probably get a little drunk and stream for a bit.
Oh man, yeah. Unfortunately, I work these next 2 days, so if you stream in a long time, I might be able to pop in at night. But otherwise,
I'm not doing another 12-hour stream. Fuck that shit. Doing like 2 hours.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll just listen in my my helmet, barring something going on, and there is a little surprise. Nothing like you sent me for Christmas, but there's a surprise currently in the works by someone for you. So I'm part of that minutely.
Oh shit! I wonder what it is.
Yeah, what's up? Price is Right. Glad you can join us. Be talking about all sorts of just random shit along with Godzilla, the key thing, and appreciate any chat, and be sure to leave a like.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Dude, I love Happy Gilmore and Waterboy. Those are like two perfect sports comedies. And I say all the time, like, oh, this is that, or something comes from like, the price is wrong, bitch, and like no one gets what the fuck I'm saying.
I love that line so much. He's like, the price is wrong, bitch. I don't even know what that's referencing. I'm just like, yeah, all right, cool.
Well, The Price is Right, the show, so he's.
Well, he's I know, but I'm like, just because it's a show, but I guess I don't know who Bob Barker is, so
he was the host. He was the host of the show, so that's his claim to fame.
Okay.
Yeah. So what, you turn in 27 tomorrow?
Yes. Gonna be a 27-year-old man. I'm gonna try to keep up straight and make sure it all works just fine. My rectal cavity seems to be working just perfect as well. So.
Yeah. Hey, Price Right. Shoot me a DM and I'll drop you a link shortly. I'll have to copy and paste from my phone because my computer sucks. So I try not to do anything besides just a straight streaming because I add more crap and it just goes.
Yeah, no gay streaming, just straight streaming. No hoo-hoo streaming. No,
it's funny you say that too because I'll make cracks like that where it's like, keep it straight, and I'm like, oh, that's homophobic, and they're just like, what?
Don't worry, we'll bet you. We'll make it curve.
But yeah, besides the stream, anything planned for your birthday?
No, I was gonna get Crown Royal for the first time, but Jesus fucking Christ, it's like $70 at the store. I ain't getting that shit.
Wait, but they have smaller bottles, right?
Not at the location I was at, and I don't want to go around town. I don't want to go around town looking for them. But man, I assume is a pretty big bottle for it. But I thought I was about $25 on a thing. But
it should be 25 for.
I think it was discounted for 50 something. But still, I'm like, dude, no, that's a little too much. A little too much. I mean, I can afford it, but I don't want to. I don't want to afford that.
Yeah, I know. I get it. You're not gonna throw that much at something you don't know how you.
That's car money, and I've wasted enough money on shit I don't need. So.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, if you can, of course, find like the shot bottles, but it's like, a good. I think it's a fifth is the size. I'm not sure, but $25 bottle is like your good standard. But I would say go with Crown Vanilla. That's probably the smoothest one currently. Yeah.
That sounds nasty.
Weird. What? You don't like vanilla? You don't like vanilla?
I mean, vanilla ice cream, but I don't know. Thinking about that with alcohol flavor, no, I don't know about that.
Dude, some people drink vanilla straight. It's so good.
Like when there's like cherry Coke or something. Gross. That's still gross. Like I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that flavor with stuff.
Your goddamn pure white lack of taste buds.
Like I get the normal drink, and then like, oh, make it cherry flavored. That why?
No,
Why? That's
that's exactly opposite how I feel. I'm like,
and like
oh,
vanilla
like, okay,
Coke.
this stuff, it's adequate. But oh, cherry or vanilla?
Like,
Fuck yeah.
oh, no, sir, no, Serena.
So I guess before we get deep into it, just kind of get a take. Are you going into this Team Kong or Team Godzilla?
They're gonna say Team Dong. I guess I kind of go for the ape, but that's more for the underdog type of situation, and I don't really know anything about the history of the things, but based on the trailer, it seems like there's supposed to be some type of old monster rivalry. I don't know. Based on the trailer, and with a weapon that can block an atomic breath, so came from somewhere. Going for the ape. Going for the ape.
You're like, fuck, what's his name? From the Dark Council, the guy with the motorcycle. Demogena.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, Team Kong, and I'm like, you are Team Suck.
Well, everybody always goes, well, Godzilla can shoot a laser beam, so he wins. It's like, well, I don't know about that. That's
wait. Did you see King of the Monsters yet?
No.
Dude, watch King of the Monsters, because it's not just like, oh yeah, he's a big lizard, bulletproof, flesh and etc. and regenability. No, watch, dude. You're gonna watch King of the Monsters and him taking on King Ghidorah, and you're gonna be like, how the fuck is this monkey gonna do anything to this guy?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
No, I'm interested. I mean, clearly, he's got
it's about ingenuity. It's like clearly he won't win by raw strength. Like you can't just punch Godzilla to death. You got to do more.
Yeah, than that. I'm very interested to see.
That's why I'm for the ape, because he's got to use some of his intellect to try to counter this freaking lizard beast and all his abilities and stuff. Is giant. You can't really hit him from the back because he's got giant spikes. You gotta watch out for his mouth, because he's either gonna bite you or he's gonna shoot a laser beam at you. They'll kill you, and it's just his claws or whatever. I'm sure scratch, hurt, go ow. So I don't know, honestly. And then his tail, I suppose that's another deadly piece, but also a way to toss Godzilla's ass across the ocean. Why not? So I don't know, Matt. I feel like there's plenty that can happen. You remember the one we watched, the old one, where he threw boulders at him. He threw boulders at him, and then he got buried, and that was pretty dumb. But still,
yeah, I grew up with all those old '60s movies where it's like, that's probably where I learned film patience. Even before I realized it, was like slogging through the human dialogue crap with dubbed, because it's that was the thing that always got me. I'm like, wait, like it always struck me on, like I'm listening in English, but their mouth doesn't make any sense with the English, and I learned,
their mouths are going,
they're Asian.
They're going, we got to go, and they're going, You're like, what? No.
Yeah, and so yeah, the original Godzilla, I have the Criterion version. It's good. But he's originally just a metaphor for like the atomic bomb. It's kind of an artistic outlet for Japan, and then he's always kind of villainous, or nature reacting against humanity, and he kind of became somewhat of a hero off and on throughout the series. The one I owned that I watched the fuck out, just because I had lack of Godzilla content, was the one where he fights like Jet Jaguar and I think Megalodon.
Jet Jaguar.
Jet Jaguar is like this stupid little. He looks like kind of like Mega Man or something. He's like this like robot that can like Ant-Man. He can turn like super huge to face Godzilla, but he can turn like I don't know if you say human size, but like really tiny. And so he's awful. And he sucks in the PS2 game, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
Jet Jaguar.
Yeah, he's one of the hardest to beat in that Godzilla game. But my favorite opponent, I don't know if they'll ever adapt him, but my favorite opponent that I would love to see is Gigan. All right, we're sharing this now.
This is funny. So he starts out as a person and morphs into this, or what?
He's like he can just like shrink up and down, like
What, is he an
Godzilla
alien?
size. I don't remember, but I always hated him. But it was the only movie I had, so
He looks like he was. I don't even know. It looks like he's out of what was it? Like one of the Power Ranger Sentai thing. He's VR. He's like straight out of VR Troopers or something. Like
Lightning Hack. Okay, Music Anon. I don't know anything about Lightning Hack. I haven't seen the old Kong Godzilla since I was like 6, so I couldn't tell you. Reaching from that, I do know the guy directing this who did King of the Monsters. Like, he's a huge bug nerd, so he brought a lot of his own detail to Mothra, which is really cool. And like, just like Lucas with Star Wars, this guy, not having made it himself, but adapting everything, like, he's very deep in Godzilla lore, so it's in good hands. And with all the negs I have on King of the Monsters, where it's like I don't know how to review that movie because you have a human story that like is driving the plot from point to point, and it's sensical in this universe, and you're getting detail and exposition and stuff, but you don't care about the people. And because it's like Transformers, you want to see these big monsters punch each other, but you got to like have some sort of narrative to get to that, and I get that, but you don't care about these people. And then once you finally get to the monsters, like, there's a lot of times where they undercut it by like going back to the people. It's like, no, I want it. Like, Ghidorah's in the background. They're like, oh, let's focus on the Stranger Things chick. And it's like, why?
Well, hold on. As someone who hasn't seen that movie, what is the human story exactly? Humanity's destroying the world, and monsters are supposed to.
So Godzilla's a reality now, and these monsters are reality. So you got this family. This guy was like I guess they're both scientists, and they're working on like sort of like animal language or speech or something like this. And they lost their son in the attack in California from the first Godzilla Monsterverse movie. And so the father, like, this broke up the family, and they have a daughter. It's Millie Bobby Brown, the Stranger Things chick. But she's with mom. Dad's kind of estranged and just went off on his own, and he's studying like wolves and shit. And the mom is crazy. She's like kind of an eco-terrorist, so like that's kind of her whole underlying thread is like, well, we need to wake these guys up because they deserve the world, we don't. And it's like, okay, you get it. And then like Tywin comes in as this like background villain that's kind of driving everything, and he's apparently, you at least assume he's going to be a bigger threat later on in this Monsterverse if it makes enough money, which I hope it does. But and so like you're just going from that, and there's a lot more detail I'm missing, but
well, now I've seen EFAP's breakdown of or their reaction as they're watching King of the Monsters after it was on DVD, and yeah, it sounds like she wants humans to pay for destroying the Earth, kind of like the humans are the virus kind of a thing, and she thinks that waking up the monsters will make everything better somehow. And then, from what I can tell at the end, like, a bunch of animals are off the endangered species list somehow, and then like there's more green in some part of the world. Is that something that happens at the end, or like they say it in like a news report thing, so it's like not in your face, but it's there, like somehow releasing the monsters that destroy things made things.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at Music and He's giving us some knowledge. He says, refresher for you, Godzilla was mopping the floor with Kong till Kong got hit by lightning and started making a comeback. And then he also says, I wonder if in this new Kong movie, will he get his heart transplant from the classic Kong movies? Yeah, again, I'm just totally lost on these details. It's a weird battlefield because, like, as far as monsters go, like, Godzilla and then Alien, like the Xenomorph, those are my favorite like film monsters, and especially Godzilla. I grew up with it so long, so it's so great for someone like Gareth Edwards to have this fresh take on staying true to Toho, but doing something unique, and kind of being Hitchcockian with the monster reveal of Godzilla. Very slow pace with that, and then you finally get it for like 10-20 minutes of him on screen fully. A lot of people didn't like that, but I liked that. I liked it, like the view from humanity of like, if this was real in any extent, what would it be like? That was a good introduction. And then they totally countered that with King. It was like, well, people didn't like that, so let's go full the other way. Pretty much right from the get-go, monsters. Multiple scenes throughout the show. It's just monsters. It's great. How they did Rodan, because Rodan was always a bullshit character to me. They did him justice. Mothra, I've always hated Mothra because it's a stupid bug that somehow beats atomic lizard.
Does it have some type of magical powers too, or it's like it has mega wind or something? It has a Pokemon attacks of some kind.
I don't know about that.
Sleeping spores or some shit. And
No, but there is like this kind of majesty to it that like Godzilla's an alpha, he's the king, and this Ghidorah is like an alien alpha that's invasive, and so this is why the showdown's happening. It's kind of like who's going to take over the world and like lead the monsters to whatever extent that means. And Mothra is like the queen, and so she's kind of there to help stabilize the reign of Godzilla, if that makes sense. So that's another interesting thing with that. I never catch on to it, but I heard someone somewhere say that like the Asian chick is supposed to be like one of the twins or something from like the old Mothra movie, because there's like this religion on an island around Mothra worshiping it. And I was always hoping they would really get deep into that, kind of like how in Kong you had like the weird kind of Mayan islander shit with Kong, where it's like there's a how would you say it? There's like I'm trying to think of the word right now. Not symbiotic, but like in biology, you learn about
like a mutual.
Mutual. Like you have like the buffalo. You have like buffaloes. You have buffaloes, and then like the birds are always riding their backs, so they keep the bugs off them. So like they facilitate each other. Like the birds get food, and the bison get some pest control.
Yeah.
Let me drop that link to you. Price is Right.
See, the whole monster universe is so weird. So it sounds like they didn't think about it, and like they're thinking as they went. We're like, we're gonna have a Godzilla thing, big monster, nuclear thing. Okay, and what happens now? Shit. It'd be cool if he fought another monster. Okay, shoot. So giant monkey. All right, cool. All right. What other things can we do? Giant bug. What kind of bug? Fuck it. Let's have one that flies. Butterfly? No, it's kind of gay. Oh, a moth. Okay, why not? Okay. Now, what else do we need? A dragon? I mean, screw it. Why not? Okay. So they're saying, okay, all right, this is getting pretty cool. It's getting pretty big. Now let's do all these other monsters. I have no idea. That's what I assume the thought process was, but I have no idea.
Right.
What's up?
You there?
Is your microphone connected, boy? Well, until he comes back with anything. Yeah, so I don't know, with their whole new with the current run of the monster movies, the American ones here with Godzilla, King Kong, all that, the Skull Island, the King of the Monsters, all this. I'm curious how they're going to be playing into the lore of it, I suppose, or if they're trying to kind of go their own direction with it in a different way, or how much they can.
Well, it's definitely like, I'd say it's definitely reverential and aware of old Toho and what they have in hand. But yeah, they're definitely doing their own kind of play with it, and I'm cool with that. I didn't expect Kong and Godzilla to face off so soon, because you went Godzilla and then Kong and then Godzilla 2.
Yeah, I figured there'd be one more Kong conflict before Godzilla.
I think they probably rushed. Like there's some sort of game plan to get to this, but they probably we didn't get the money we wanted off of King of the Monsters, so let's just like rush it just in case this is like the end, and like we can at least settle like this fight.
Well, plus it seems like, from what I could tell anyway, I don't know, like again, I don't know the history of any of it, that like Kong is the king dominator on Skull Island, and then Godzilla, for the most part, on other parts of the world with the other monsters. He's proven to be stronger than those ones, so he's the king, and he's the king. They just haven't crossed paths yet, and now it's the shit, we got to have them cross paths now. And it's also, I feel like, yeah, with the history of these movies that don't do very well, the more movies they make of them, they're probably like, well, if we don't know how well these will be going or how long they'll be going for, so we got to get the one we want now. King Kong versus Godzilla. Let's get this puppy out. If we could still make more after this, then hell yeah, we're gonna make some more stuff. But got to get this one going.
Yeah,
based on the trailer, I'm almost gonna bet that Tywin is the one that is like making Godzilla go crazy on the humans, and that's why they brought in Kong. Because, like you said, he'd probably be a villain later. And they say in the trailer that something's provoking Godzilla. So,
yeah, I mean, that was kind of a thing. Like, they're using they're kind of like, with the expertise of the mother scientist, she was working with Mothra, and it's like, not embryo, but like, not cocoon, but larva stage. And she was like able to like figure out how to like talk to it with like this machine or something, give out good signals, and then that's how they awoke in Ghidorah as well in the Arctic. And that was probably the cool scene, was the Arctic fight with Godzilla and King Ghidorah.
Well, I guess I'm confused then. So Godzilla was because of a nuclear bomb, right? Or was that just a thing that came in the future later, or was that its original?
No, I think in this series, Godzilla is just like.
Well, no. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm saying in history, in the history of Godzilla, like, was the first Godzilla that they made one based off of a nuclear fallout, or based off of a monster just exists?
I think it was both. I think like he existed. He's ancient, but like the nuclear age. What was it?
I was going to say I think it started out with him just being a monster. Then the nuclear fallout kind of amplified his growth or something like that.
Well, because I guess my point was, how did all the other giant monsters come to be if he was caused by a nuke, but there's all these other monsters as well?
Mm-hmm. Well, I lean more to the side of, I think Godzilla was during the time of the creation of the Earth, like where the Big Bang happened. He was just a radiated monster who fed on the natural radiation of the Earth, and all the other creatures kind of came to be in a kind of similar way, but obviously have their own attributes.
Okay, well, I'll just confuse, because I don't know, with all the different versions of Godzilla, and I've only seen bits and pieces of some of them, I couldn't tell if it's like the nuclear thing caused a lizard. That's obviously from the 1999 one to morph into a Godzilla. So that one's probably wrong. But then Godzilla in general, from what I could tell, that's like post World War II, so it could be inspired from the nuclear stuff anyway, and that's sort of what either awakens him or what, I don't know. But then I'm like, but then there's all these other monsters. And I'm like, so are they just supposed to be part of ancient Earth, where they all roamed at one point and they're all asleep and waking up now? Or
from my understanding, it's more all these creatures were created during the time of the Cretaceous period or the ancient dinosaur era, but then, like I say, they went to hibernating stage until later on one of them woke up or their alpha woke up. But from my understanding from reading their comics and seeing some of their stuff, Godzilla was already nuclear radiation. He just fed off the nuclear radiation that was naturally in the Earth, kind of stuff. So he just kind of slept. He kind of slept in the sea for most of his life, and then finally came up to the surface. That's just my feeling of it.
No, Ricky, definitely need to watch King of the Monsters, because like towards the middle you got like Godzilla's kind of out of it and fucked up, and they have this really good kind of I would say they had like a good nod to the core essence of Godzilla, because like you have that Asian guy whose I think dad or grandfather had like the watch that stopped during the bomb in Japan. And there's like a good scene with him and Godzilla, and it's just man, that was great.
The funniest part about that, though, he is so tiny. You put that small little hand on a big giant nose, and Godzilla's like, "What are you doing?"
If Godzilla breathes a little too hard, he could kill him. I would imagine, like, obliterates his arms, like, ah.
I don't know why they made me think. I was hanging out with my daughter today, and she loves Elsa and Rapunzel, and she's got like this Elsa little crown from toy, and I had the cat on my lap, and I put it on its head, got a picture, and just looked like kind of content, kind of like, what the fuck are you doing to me?
I was gonna get my input about who's gonna win as far as Godzilla or Kong. I do agree with Rookie. He does have that ingenuity about having to fight against Godzilla because Godzilla has his famous atomic breath, but that's not the trump card in my opinion. But since Kong is obviously a big giant gorilla, he technically has 4 arms or 4 hands, so he has multiple avenues of attack.
Well, and Godzilla has the advantage of being able to be good underwater, I suppose, as to where Kong and Ape usually can't swim very well or fight in the water very well, I'd imagine. So it's got to be on land. From the trailer, it looks like he's on a boat and has to jump off the boat to dodge his atomic breath thing. So that'll be interesting seeing. I do kind of wish the trailer didn't show so much. It's kind of like, man, this showed a lot of scenes that would have been cool to see in the moment rather than know beforehand. Like, with his axe blocking the atomic breath and smacking out on him. Like, that would have been a cool thing to not know going in, to go in and have that. Like, how is Kong supposed to fight against this guy?
Yeah,
and then,
to me, that shows like they're showing that there's so much more we're not seeing. That's what
to me, it shows they're worried people wouldn't go unless they see something like this, which I'm like, I don't know. I think people would have been convinced way beforehand, and I don't know. I have a huge issue with trailers showing too much, and for a big giant monster movie, I don't think the trailer should be more than 40 sequence. Like, I don't know. I feel like I think show enough for it.
I think we're just in like a retard phase, kind of like Idiocracy, where just no one has any attention span unless it's like just like watching kids movies. Okay, like I love kids movies even before I had kids. Like after. I'm an adult, but before I had children, I still bought kids' movies, and like I went to see How to Train Your Dragon and whatnot. Like I love them. I love good stuff. And watching, like, my kids love Captain Underpants, which is a funny movie, but the way it's filmed compared to like watching like anything from like 90s and before kids' movies, it's like the attention span, like kids are bad already, but like you look back at like Lion King or Hunchback or Cauldron or any like classic Disney stuff, and it's like there's like a ebb and flow to the plot, but like Captain Underpants, even though it's like, building, it's like right from the get-go, like it's like that, like there's always a little boom, 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 like to keep them, because oh god, we're gonna lose their attention. It's like they don't give kids credit that they can actually follow.
Yeah, but King Kong isn't made for kids, I don't think, is it? The Godzilla.
I think those are just. Well, honestly, I would say they suit kids more because it's just like.
No, I agree, but I don't.
You don't have to like. You don't have to put a lot of effort into. Just like Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park can be stupid as hell. It's just well, cool stuff on screen, and
but I still more than that. I hate that mentality of you don't have to put a lot of effort into something aimed for kids, because there's lots of really good things that are made for kids as well that are of good quality and that take some effort, that are still have that awe and coolness to it that isn't derpader. It's like to always go, it's for kids, so make it dumb. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying make it dumb, but I'm saying it benefits from that reality on top of the era we're in just general interaction.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Attention span and all that.
It'll market to them easier because that's what that is, right?
Well, I'll say this much: this movie.
Oh, go on.
I was going to mention that this kind of movie, you're talking about attention span and stuff like that. This is basically the king of all like popcorn flicks. You can have a lot of attention for most people, kids and everything too.
Well, I feel like in a way, not having watched so many of the Godzilla and monster movies, that you could make this would be one of the best ones to have a good story and
huge action scenes of stuff happening. I don't know, because I feel like they would strengthen for somebody like me who isn't as for the popcorn type of flick movies. If their story's a little bit tighter, but you still have all of the stuff as it is with all the crazy monster battles, that would be points for it for me. Be like, okay, you got some, and I'm not saying have more human stuff. I'm saying have it make more sense to lead to the battles. Sometimes is what I would say. Based on what I hear about King of the Monsters, it don't make no sense with her logic. It's like, I want these monsters to make the world better, but they're destroying everything. What do you think they're gonna do? Like, I don't know.
Yep.
What do you think would happen now?
Right. Yeah, I didn't think they'd just kill everyone. I'm trying to protect my daughter, even though you're endangering her completely. Oh. Yeah.
That's women for you. Short-sighted.
Yeah. This was something that I thought of that Musicanon in the chat agrees with. I did not even think that the monsters were intended to be aliens, but I thought it'd be funny if, like, during the battle of the King of the Monsters or Godzilla versus King Kong, if aliens were trying to invade, like, we're going to invade Earth right now. And they see this big ape and lizard monster fighting, shooting beams out. Nope, never mind. Nope, fuck this planet.
The aliens would be the Independence Day aliens. Like, nope, never mind, we'll come back.
They're like, we were gonna do all that. Now you guys got big ass monsters. Now we thought you were little humans. We thought we could beat y'all, but y'all woke up monsters. Nope, not going on a monster planet. Nope. That would be a funny movie. Have aliens try to invade, but then they get knocked down or something, and they have to try to survive.
No. Don't give Dynamite ideas. They already own comic rights to Mars Attack. They're going to pull some shit like that.
Hey, if you have good writers behind it, you can make the story pretty well and pretty cool with monsters and aliens.
Honestly, there's a cool ass comic that like never got a second run that I found at the library a while ago. It's called I think it's Dinosaurs versus Aliens. It's by Grant Morrison and I think Barry Sonnenfeld's the guy.
Is it like the gray aliens kind of?
No, they're weird as fuck, but it's like the Men in Black director. It was him and Grant Morrison. They did this, and it's pretty cool because like the dinosaurs are kind of like Indians. They have like a culture, and then like it's kind of like cowboys and Indians, kind of, but like way more polarized. But yeah, it's really cool because like dinosaurs, like they're violent, so they have like a culture. They at least talk to each other. If I don't know if they're actually like speaking English necessarily, but you're reading like their thoughts and interaction and stuff. And then the aliens are kind of like thrown into the mix, and it's kind of cool. Well,
imagine Predator. The predator species trying to land on Earth while there's all these monsters going around. It's like they'd be like, okay, we're just gonna go back to Earth. Oh shit, what happened here? There wasn't all these big ass monsters last time.
Just give it 10 years, Ricky, and Warner Brothers will sell to Disney. And
I'm just saying, think about that. Think of the xenomorphs land in the monster populated Earth here, and then followed by the predator species, and you have some type of weird movie where you got some humans, you got some predator aliens, you got the xenomorphs, and you got these giant monsters. And that's just, I don't know, make a story out of that somewhere. Make something happen. Maybe you get a little face hugger on a monster somehow, and it becomes some type of a mixture of an alien xenomorph monster thing.
A Godzilla xenomorph would be so cool.
Yeah, something like that. Mix the style.
There's a cool statue. It's really hard to find. It's a symbiote T-Rex, and I just read Old Man Logan, and they actually have that in the comic. There's a like symbiote T-Rex chase and Logan and Hawkeye. So it's like, there's been things like this on screen. Then you have the Pred Alien Queen, which is really cool looking despite a shit movie. I was just thinking it's kind of a shame that Universal didn't get Toho instead of Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers like doesn't know what the hell they're doing half the time, and like Godzilla's a classic monster. I would say maybe even bigger. Well, I don't know if necessarily bigger, but like he's been on screen and made a presence. I think Godzilla has got to be up there with Spider-Man and Superman. Like maybe not at their level, but similar. Well, I would say
tier
iconography.
later.
He definitely matches up with like werewolves and like the classic Universal monsters, Frankenstein.
Yeah,
and stuff.
he's like up there with most known.
So like it's a shame that they didn't jump on Toho instead of Warner Brothers. I like what I've gotten, but
Warner Brothers seems to think they have cool ideas, and then when people go, "That was dumb," they just, "Oh fuck, I don't know anymore." They're like, "The Green Lantern's gonna kick ass." Oh no, they hate it. Oh shit. Oh no, the new Batman's gonna destroy. Oh shit, they don't like this one either. Yeah, they just they come up with their ideas.
Make Aquaman.
They think it's great. Oh, this is gonna be so kick ass. We got Suicide Squad, all the villains. Oh, everybody hates it. Shit. They roll out, think it's the coolest thing, and then no.
No, it's pretty apt. Although I am really excited. I'm really angry because I won't be able to watch it at least till tomorrow night. Warner Bros. Got one of their like theater and HBO Max releases is Denzel, Jared Leto, and Remy. Is it Remy Malek? Is that his name? Mr. Robot.
Mm-hmm.
They're all 3 Academy Award winners in a like crime drama suspense movie called Little Things.
I forget what it's called though.
It's called Little Things. Yeah, it looks really good.
Oh yeah, that one looks pretty good.
Yeah, really
I
quick.
want to see that Nicolas Cage movie that you've mentioned.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I want to see that one.
That looks
with the toy monsters or something. That was pretty funny.
Price is Right. What's one of your favorite Godzilla monsters? Like villains or opponents?
Ooh, well, I haven't seen all the original older ones, but I was like more than my parents were. But I would say the King of the Monsters, King Ghidorah, is probably a good one. But there's one I was going to mention in the chat, but I'll say it here. But the one monster I would love to see at least make one appearance or a cameo in that movie is Gamera, the giant turtle.
Yeah, I've never actually watched.
I would love to see that. I'm like, why did you not bring that big giant turtle into this thing, man? I would have a ball with that.
Well, I think people would confuse that with Anguirus, so
yeah, like I said, the
different.
Big giant turtle, yeah, Gamera. That would have been a hell of a good fight too.
And plus, I don't know if like there's like that's a different company. I don't know if they're cool Toho or Legendary.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, go on.
Yeah. But I was just gonna say, yeah, this fight between Godzilla and Kong is gonna be so much fun. Like I said, even though Godzilla has this big giant perk, he's very durable, very tough and strong. But like I said, Kong puts dang good fights as well, man.
I'm gonna laugh when like this is like a big hit and they make some sort of like toxic masculinity shit about Kong or something, or like because it's like. He's last of his kind. There's no other females, or like there's some plan to like.
He's the ultimate incel. The ultimate incel.
Let's generate. Let's fuck with a female gorilla to like respawn this population, and they're like, this is transphobic.
I got a better idea for you. You guys ever see those memes or pictures of a couple sleeping together? One woman, it has that thinking bubble, and it things like. Is he dreaming about cheating on me? And then the guy's dreaming bubble. It shows Godzilla versus Kong. Like he doesn't care about it. He just cares about like two monsters beating each other up.
The meme where it's like she's wondering what he's thinking, like probably cheating or porn or something. It's like think about like gas prices are like, damn, I should have bought GameStop stock or
You're like, how the hell can Kong meet Godzilla? That's what he's thinking about.
Exactly.
All these scenarios. Share the screen, by the way.
Yeah. So this this movie is basically the ultimate like guys, kid or boys movie when they're growing up as a kid. They're like, oh, what can we imagine? This is like the perfect man's imagination movie coming out. King Kong versus Godzilla.
I mean, they have some weird ass pictures of Gamora. What was it? Gamera. So there's like giant really cool pictures and there's really shitty ones. So I don't know.
Yeah, because Gamera.
Is he flying to the left?
Yeah.
He's got rocket boots? What?
What? Gamera is basically an extraterrestrial turtle who comes to Earth and protects the Earth, pretty much.
The extraterrestrial turtle. I'm surprised they don't make that into a song or something.
Yeah, even I saw that, I'm like, what?
They need a crossover with TNT.
If I saw this image first, I think he's farting.
like an ass blaster from Tremors or something. Is what I would have thought.
Oh, dude, you should use stills of this, like, cut out the background and then like move him around on screen, be like, Gamera, save us, and it's like, like a sequel to your Jar Jar video.
Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, a lot of people said, or there's like a corner piece in one of the trailers where there's a flying thing, and they're like, "Oh, is it gonna be Gamora or some other weird machine thing?" And I have no idea what the hell anybody's talking about with these things.
I've heard someone say something about Mecha Godzilla and like the shadows or like the debris or something.
Yeah, some people are, from things I'm seeing, people are saying that what we saw in the trailer of Godzilla vs. Kong, that wasn't Godzilla at all. They were saying that was Mecha Godzilla. That's why he's going on a rampage against humans. So they're probably thinking, no, that's not Godzilla. No.
Oh no! In the trailer, they said like something's provoking Godzilla.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hopefully, that's an incorrect line fed to us that isn't right. Because I just hate too much reveal in the trailer that tells me too much about what's going on. A bit, I don't know.
What if this is what happens, Ricky? What if everything we saw in the trailer is like Hulk in Infinity War, where it's like, oh yeah, he's only here for 10 minutes, and everything you saw in the trailer was a fake?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like people were watching the movie, like, wait, I'm waiting, because like when I watch a movie and I see a trailer, that's one of the things that hurts a movie for me. Is like, you got like a main character, and then you see these scenes on a trailer, and then you watch the movie and you're like, well, I haven't seen that scene yet, so I know I'm good at least until that point of this character living or calamity or whatever. So that's one thing that undercuts a movie is like seeing the trailer and like really storing it in your head, like, I'm waiting for this scene, where's it go? Like,
yeah. There's a lot of theories. There's like a lot of theories going around. Like one of my favorite channels I like to follow, I don't know if you heard of her or not, Alatori, but she does a lot of different theory videos about Godzilla vs. Kong, and she just talks about how the axe that Kong has is made of a giant stick with one of Godzilla's dorsal plates. That's why it's able to deflect his atomic breath.
Who made it? Who made it though? King Kong?
Well, according to her theories, a lot of Kong's people or Kong's kind made it, like ancient years ago.
Other apes.
Yeah, other giant apes, pretty much. Yeah, because in the Kong movie, the solo Kong movie, that he's able to use tools. He learns how to use different weapons against those scroll collars, right? So I'm thinking to myself, maybe his people may have made that axe a long time ago, and that's how he's able to, fight out Godzilla.
Yeah, based on the trailer, it looks like he's coming to terms with his past or something, with his history.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I know this guy, so he figures, you know what? I found this axe that my people made. He might just use it against Godzilla. That's just a theory, but I'm guessing, but that's what I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, we got Wookiee supremacy in chat. Says, "Hola, mi amigos." Wookiee, if you would like, the stream is coming from Ohio and Ricky's in Washington. I'm not sure what Price is Right is, but I'm assuming America. So if you could keep that kind of lingo south of the border, I'd appreciate it.
I'm from Illinois, so
my mom will say some shit in Spanish, and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't speak terrorist."
Oh, ouch. Yeah, I'm from the Chicago area, so
okay. No, but that's interesting though. If like Kong's like got like some tool use. Here's the thing that's weird for me. It's like I like Godzilla and like the Xenomorph, like my favorite monsters on screen. So I'm rooting for Godzilla, but at the same time, scientifically, because of like evolution and like kind of comparative biology and anthropology and stuff that I dig into, I love apes, especially gorillas. And so I'm like, I'm really torn. And it's one of those, like, if the Eagles and the Titans played in the Super Bowl, I wouldn't really care who won because the Titans need their first one, but it'd be great to get Philly a second one. But it's like, Philly lost. Well, it's to the Titans, so I'm good. Like, people try to clown me a couple years ago when we lost the Titans. I'm like, that's my number 2 team, dude. I don't really care.
Also, another thing about Kong is, he's like a big giant ape, so just like any other apes on Earth, he's very intelligent too. That's why he's able to adapt and fight.
That's why I kind of root for him, because he's got to somehow think. Obviously, he can't just punch Godzilla to death. He can't just throw boulders at him. He's got to find some way to actually beat him. Especially Angus pointed out, King Ghidorah, 3-headed dragon beast, apparently fights him
from space.
So it's like, okay.
So how much damage? What can you do exactly to do it? And I think there's a lot of different ways you can do it, other than from the prospect of a giant monster. If you can get, like his axe, for example, if you can hit him in the right spot, maybe that can, damage the shit out of him. Or if you can, if he's got some old wound, you can, jam it in and fucking.
One of my. What are we looking at here, Rookie?
So I was trying to find out how many monsters are in the freaking Godzilla universe, because I don't know. They act like there's like 50 or more, and it looks like there's like over 100. I have no idea. There's lists from the Showa era. I don't know what that means. That's from the films, and that's at least 25 or 30 right there. Then the Heisei era. I don't know what. And then there's all these other movies and things they're in, and it looks like different creatures that are not listed above, from what I could tell. Maybe there's a few repeats, possibly. There's a Millennium era, and there's just I have no idea. There's a cajillion monsters, so I'm really curious. And then it says American films, and so I guess that's where different continuity comes in. So maybe that's the end of the original continuity. Then there's American ones, and there's a shit ton more than I thought there'd be, and that could be from the one from the King of the Monsters. That's what it looks like. Yeah, most of them are from King of the Monsters. But Jesus Christ, there's television monsters, which these are probably some repeat from the ones above, but I'm betting you there's some new ones.
You never saw the old Godzilla cartoon, did you, from the 70s?
I didn't know there was a cartoon.
Yeah, it's Godzilla, and then it's like, and Godzuki. Godzuki is baby can fly.
So old.
And there's comics and manga, and then so like, how many fucking creatures are there? There's no straight up answer on Google or anything, so I don't know. But wow, it's like they got like more Pokemon than Pokemon does. Like, Jesus.
There's a trash can Pokemon I saw recently.
There's also an ice cream Pokemon. There's a balloon that snatches children. There's a Pokemon. There's a Pokemon. I'm not even fucking kidding. There's a Pokemon that is the soul of humans. There's a Pokemon. There's a Pokemon that's like a possessed soul of a thrown away toy that it like possesses it, and it's like a weird toy monster thing. Mr. Mime is just creepy as hell as a Pokemon, because it's like, especially in the anime, he's like hanging out with Ash's mom, and she's like, oh, he hangs around and does my chores and stuff, He's like, Mr. Mime, and it's like, bro, he's got suction cup fingers.
I want to do a Mr. Mime porn parody.
Ooh, dude, don't go there.
There's definitely on DeviantArt, or there's definitely thousands of pictures, I imagine.
Please don't bring those up.
No. We're not gonna. You don't want to get your channel taken down again and get some more footage. You just got it back. You just got your privileges back. But no, that's the creepiest Pokemon, and it's like, and it looks like a humanoid. It's like a weird mime, and it's got like suction cup fingers. So he's hanging out with Ash's mom, and she's like, "Oh, he cooks and cleans for me." Really?
That's all she does.
She's a single mom. Really? And they live out. They don't have any neighbors. Like,
I was gonna say, since we're on this topic, is there any Pokemon that are exact same size or able to take on Godzilla or Kong?
Oh, probably. I think there's usually smaller versions that look like they would be that if they were big. There's like Tyranitar, some shit.
Yeah, I'm seriously asking though: are there any Pokemon who are actually like kaiju size who's able to take on Godzilla?
I'll look that up right now, because I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see.
Giant ass Pokemon.
Yeah,
okay. I want to actually type in giant ass Pokemon, because I'll probably have something different.
Well, I know. I'm just curious. Is there any Pokemon who are actually that big enough to actually take on Godzilla or Kong or whichever?
Oh, they had a Tentacruel that was kaiju size once, and a Dragonite that was kaiju size, but those were just specific cases.
Gotcha.
Same with a Gengar and something else they had big, an Alakazam, but those were again rare cases. No, they had ancient ones. They had ancient ones that were big. Let's see, giant Pokemon.
Or kaiju Pokemon.
How do you spell kaiju?
Kaiju.
Ju, yeah, that's right.
K what?
Kai.
Kai. Okay.
Ju.
Jeju. Okay.
Oh, it's funny. I was looking up on speaking of that while you're trying to find it. So I was looking at Gentle Giant busts on eBay, trying to find cheap stuff, and there's some stuff in Japan where it's Kawaii Ganjin. It's like spelled like Kai. And it's just like, no wonder you're not selling.
Gyarados would probably be a contender. He's like a giant.
He's not that
he's
big.
like a giant fish dragon. Okay, maybe not like with
He
these
could probably
current
grow that big though. That'd be cool.
But I mean, he'd probably be, if he'd be one of the better contenders for size.
I would say that. I would say this: if we're not going to find Pokemon who are big enough, that there are 3 creatures who are actually that big enough to take on Godzilla. It's the Egyptian god cards from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, the Slifer, the Sky Dragon, Obelisk,
Obelisk, Raw. Yeah, those creatures. They'll be big. They'll be big enough.
Oh yeah.
So there's not really much here, but as you see right here, it says Mr. Mime says, "I love when they scream."
Yeah, he's a freak, man. He's the scariest Pokemon. He's the scariest.
Wow, dude.
Even his more innocent face is scarier than that. Like his I'm innocent, Mr. Mime. No, you're a creeper. You're fucking creeper. He's like, I'm innocent, and it's like, Ash, send Ash away so I can play with Mom. Like that's all he wants to do.
Well, the creepiest one to me is a live action version of him, a live action one.
Oh, I never saw that one, thank God. Because why would they put that in the movie? Why would they put that in the movie? That's insane.
Yeah, find a picture of him in the live action is creepy as heck.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, watch a few YouTube videos that have like scary Pokemon, and they go like, "Oh, look at these weird designs." No, not the designs. The actual like Pokédex thingy things. There's one where if you look at it, it'll like capture your soul, and it's like a human soul trap thing. But I don't know if it's actually in the anime or anything. But it's in the games, I think, and that's its definition. I think that's how it works. I was gonna say the dildo. What the hell's the little Diglett? Diglett. Yeah. Scary as fuck. The little guy. Is that in the movie?
Wookie says, I've got the best Pokemon video on my channel. It's called Pokemama. Rest in peace, Grandma. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, what do you
Look at this freaking thing. That's freaky.
He's cute. He's like a little.
No, that's freaky. I'm gonna pull up the one that.
Oh, he's beautiful.
I'll pull up the one that snatches children. Pokemon that snatches children.
I think that's got to be what's going on.
It comes right up. I love it because they know.
You hear a knock on the door, FBI.
I'd be like, "Hey, arrest this Pokemon. Sir. This one's weird." And they're in the anime, it looks like. Oh my god.
What's it?
These things snatch children because they look like balloons.
Creepy.
Look at this.
Jeez.
These things will snatch your Pokemon. Oh, and then this fucker, if you're watching the screen. Yeah, this is like that tossed away ragdoll. It like comes to life. Yeah. It like becomes a conscious being. And it's like, play with me. And it's like, oh, you see they have the thing right here? It's like, oh, come play with me. And it's like, no, I'm going to snatch you.
Look up Gigan. Gigan.
What?
Look up Gigan.
Gigan.
Gigan. Gigan.
Just Gigan.
Yep.
No other spellings to it. This is a weird monster.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
No shit.
Well,
that's the one
Oh damn!
It looks kind of like the Dragon Zord, but
yeah, it looks like a little bit. Yeah,
the spikes on his belly are like a saw.
That's creepy.
Yeah, so he's gonna be grinding on that wood. Oh.
Here's another question for you. This is kind of a theory video, but I saw this on a video on one of my friend's channels. She said, what if Godzilla was dropped into the Pacific Rim movies or the universe over there? How would he survive?
The director, I think, was it Del Toro or whatever? I think he said he wants to cross over.
Bring Godzilla to the Pacific Rim? That'd be crazy.
I honestly wasn't a big fan of the Pacific Rim films.
I thought the Pacific Rim movies were okay, just not perfect in my opinion. But
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd rather watch Godzilla, I guess. I don't know. Like, there was fine. It's got the perfect kind of Power Ranger setup, and I love that kind of thing. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't get invested. I'm just like, yeah, it's another. I don't know. It's a big old fight, I guess, and don't give two shits about what they're doing. I guess it's just kind of a snore for me. I mean, I don't know. It could have been more exciting, I guess. They had a lot of interesting things. I also hate Charlie Day. I find him very unfunny.
Wait, is that wait? Oh yeah,
he becomes like the possessed monster. The monsters possess him or something, and he's like, I will make them form into one Megazord, and it's like, good concepts in it. I'll give them that. They have a lot of good concepts, but it's almost kind of Cthulhu-y with it, as far as, or Lovecraftian. Is that how you say it? Because it's like monsters from the depths that are, you know, I don't know if it's human caused that they have come out, but they've come out regardless. So.
Well, if there's one beast I would love to see go up against Godzilla. They're both amphibious creatures who live underwater. It's a Kraken, the Greek mythology Kraken.
Oh yeah, the Kraken.
Yeah, from the Crash of the Titans movie.
Oh, okay. I was like Kraken. What the hell's a Kraken?
Yeah, from Greek mythology, the Crash of the Titans, that big giant monster.
Yeah, I would pay to
watch that happen.
Yeah, I just rewatched both of those movies. I watched Clash of the Titans with my kids, and so then I'm like, you know what? Maybe we'll watch Wrath of the Titans. I'm like, wow, these are really good. Like, I thought I just liked them because I liked the old claymation or stop motion one, but wow, this is really good. It's like, it flows really well. Like, sometimes it feels kind of overacted in certain ways, or like trying to be like too like, I'm a Greek and we're epic, sometimes, but
you thought we were badass before. Throw that away.
The only thing I don't like in Clash of the Titans is how like Hades rules like the underworld, so it's like chalky death, ash, and so like Ralph Fiennes is like, I have to like wheeze the whole movie because I'm in Hades. And it's like, this is cringe. But otherwise, it's pretty good.
There's a lot of good things in that movie, or in the two movies, but I also hate it a lot too, to be honest. There's a lot of things like
what?
Well, for me personally, I don't care about the movie. I'm just caring about the Kraken versus Godzilla. Two big giant amphibious monsters going against each other in the oceans and on land. That would be crazy to watch.
That'd be pretty cool. That would be cool too. They should. I'm surprised they don't make this kind of a movie at some point, because they've done so many things and we're tired of reboots and stuff. Like, just make a giant collaboration film of some kind where you just have a big versus movies, just versus movies of some kind, and have giant monsters fight each other, have different characters from different universes fight each other. Just make those.
Have you seen Lego Batman, Rookie?
No.
What is it?
Ooh, okay. Lego Batman.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So like, all right, with like, I love Legos, and so when they made a Lego movie, I was like, let's go see. I'm like, no, that's just gonna be like product placement. That's just gonna be stupid. Fuck that. And then I finally walked into the library. I'm like, God damn! It's got Will Ferrell. It's got all these great voice actors, and it's got like this interesting subtext to it, and it was really good. Along with like product placement and like the conglomeration of different characters you have, because of the Lego universe is like multimedia essentially. You can bring Batman into Star Wars and etc. And so they did Lego Batman, and it actually like really nails the heart of Joker and Batman's duality with each other and the need for each other. So you could argue it's the best take on that aspect of Batman so far on screen. Along with Dark Knight, of course. It definitely builds on every aspect of Joker throughout the films. But it's really cool how they spin it. So, like, essentially Batman catches the Joker and all the villains, and they're like, we give up. And the villain's like, wait, that's our plan? And he's like, oh, yeah. So, like, Batman sends them to, I think, the Phantom Zone. Superman's like...
I think it would,
Yeah, and so, like, they're all taken care of. And that's the Joker's plan, because he gets out and brings all hell, all the villains from the Phantom Zone. And so it's not just like DC, it's a Warner Brothers film. So they have like the evil monkeys from Wizard of Oz. They got who is it? Sauron, or yeah, Sauron's like tower is part of they got King Kong. It's amazing.
Just a big giant collage of all kinds of different types of Lego mythologies. Yeah, just clarified that.
Yeah, like I did not foresee them playing off of Warner Brothers. Like, let's just use our whole catalog to like throw on screen for this pun. It was really fun. Really well done.
By you saying that, I'm just thinking about Avengers Endgame where all the portals open up. You see just random monsters come out of each of them. You see Gamera, Godzilla, King Kong, the Krag, and just all come out. All right, let's go. Everybody just dukes it out.
When I think of the portal scene, I think of the meme that the Democrats thought they like really won everyone, where it's like Trump is Thanos and like all the Democrats are coming out. Oh man, like you're so lame. Like this is like it's not just a joke for y'all. It's like this is like really heartfelt. Like yes, we're gonna win evil.
Yeah, that is the most dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. But okay.
Yeah, what's up, Brian? He says, I've never been a Godzilla fan. I just don't care for them. Big monster movies just never seem to get done correctly. But yeah, dude, King of the Monsters is amazing. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. You don't really need to see Kong or Godzilla 2014 to follow it. It's fun as hell.
And I will admit, any hangups that I have about some of these films, I will admit their current ones, special effects are really impressive, even for me. Like I gotta give them props on that shit.
Yeah,
they put a lot more detail into how it feels, and also the camera work. I'll say the camera work with it is also more impressive because that's part of what shows the frame. Whenever they're framing the monsters, kind of like what you're saying before, from the human perspective and from whatever perspective, they're not just going still frame, big monster. They're like emphasizing it where they kind of need to, shaking it around where they need to. They're doing whatever to make it feel epic with you. And I think older ones didn't really do that. It was kind of, hey, let's watch them run. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I do love like the 80s, 90s Godzilla because of like they use like, I mean they always have, but like they really got like the models down right for the fights and stuff. It felt like, yeah, I can tell it's toys essentially if they're like breaking and stuff, but like it feels real enough to like buy into.
Yeah, I want to see more of them in costumes fight because those look hilarious.
See, when I think of the old school Godzilla movies like that with the guys in costumes, I just think Power Rangers the entire time. It's so cheesy.
Me too. They're in costumes. They're jumping around and playing little small sets. It's hilarious.
Another thing it reminds me of is those the Animal Superman TV shows. You ever hear about that? The George Reed ones. Well, no. after George Reeves died, they made a similar thing with that, where they have like animals dressed up in Superman costume. They fly around. They do stupid stuff like that too. It was probably the most cheesiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Animals dress up as Superman?
Yeah. I forget what it's
Squirrel, Super Squirrel.
Yeah, I'm serious. I forget what it's called though, but it's like a weird parody of like animals or giant animals dressed up as Superman. I was like, what is this?
Okay, that's
kind of an off thing, yeah.
It's kind of like a YouTube video. Is what I would imagine, not a movie or TV show.
Yeah, but I'm gonna look it up right now.
How can you hate lens flares, Wookie?
What?
He's like, also sick of lens flares, though.
Yeah, me too. I suppose it depends on how often they do them or for like when they utilize them, but they can be used in a decent way.
Like with J.J. Abrams, I know he loves to do it, but I never it's never been like a huge like, oh my god, there's so many lens flares.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like I think there's a lens flare when they're firing Starkiller Base, and I don't know. I feel like that's fine for that type of scene. If it's like 5 times and it's I don't know, that'd be kind of like okay, why is there this many? But,
guys, I found it. It's called Super Pup. Look it up. It's crazy. It's funny as heck.
Like, and this was a TV show that was aired on TV. Like, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like right after George Reeves' TV show. It's called Super Pup. It's actually the most weirdest thing I've seen in my life.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
I'm not joking.
That's scary, man. What the hell?
The Super Pup. Put on the screen is funny.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like Paw Patrol, but I don't know, man.
Oh my god, I've been so glad my kids haven't been focused on Paw Patrol because at first I'm like, yeah, puppy show, and then I watch enough. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm not one to get burned on little kid shows with my children, but that one it rubbed me wrong after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, super pup right there.
Oh my god. That's right.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
I heard there was some kind of controversy with that show too, where they took off like a police dog or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a controversy where a police dog was taken out because they hate cops for whatever reason.
Huh.
I'm surprised they haven't done it to Paw Patrol because like, the main.
I think
No, they did. There was a dog who was like a police dog, and then because of all the anti-police stuff, they took it off for some reason.
Oh, right. He's bullying all the black dogs. Oh, no.
Stupid. Yeah. Man.
Indeed.
Hey, I'm looking this up right now. The protests come for Paw Patrol and other good cops in media. This is from June last year.
I'm not joking. They got so fed up with that.
A backlash is mounting against depictions of good cops on TV in the street.
Stupid.
Oh my god!
Is it supposed to be a bad cop? Is that what they want? Like, I don't get it.
No, they're just anti-cop in general. They just want to get rid of anything that has anything to do with cops, pretty much.
So, like, if the cop stops a robber, that's bad?
I guess so.
That's odd, yeah. All right.
I'm just reading through this article. I'm like,
kids, when you're in trouble in real life, don't call on the cops. They're evil. Or something that seems to be there.
Okay, so there's this, and you're going to hear this, I'm like, what? But just listen. There's this feminist that I like because she's pretty based, pretty red-pilled. Camille Paglia is her name. And she gets a lot of flack because, like, she went through college in, like, the 60s, 70s. And the whole idea from her is, like, feminists wanted, like, equality to, like, run out in the streets, like, men to go whore around and whatnot and not have, like, the colleges essentially be like a nanny state to protect daughters or whatever, that like this isn't equal. We want the same chance. And her view is like, well, that freedom for sexual promiscuity also comes with the risk of rape because you're the weaker sex. If you want the equality of like the venture of men, there's also the risk that is the counter. And so that's why, her view, like that's why that feeling from the state or the state in being the colleges was that way. And she's like, and so she does a lot of stuff because she's like an art teacher. And so she talks about like, she gets a lot of flack because she's kind of a TERF. She's very like anti-trans if you boil down her work and stuff. And she talks about like, you see in art, like, Greeks, they mystified classic like pure men and women in their art and stuff, but then like during the fall and the decline, they started like having like effeminate kind of twink looking guys as like the heroes and whatnot, and eventually the Greeks fell. Romans eventually, sort of different reasons with the Greeks, especially with like lead piping for water. They didn't know that it was poisoning them, so there's also that instance as well. But yeah, I should really dig into Camille Paglia. But like I see her work, especially her focus in art, and I think about like I always like shake my head at the state we're in because it shows like nothing's really that bad for us when we're complaining about the supposed lack of rights for like before it was like, okay, minorities, like let's say a third to half of the country, depending on what you're talking about with race or sexual identity, equality. Now that's done with for marriage equality and whatnot. I thought after the Supreme Court ruling on gay marriage for federal, allowance, I was like, wow, the left has nothing to fight for. And then the trans argument blew up out of nowhere. It's like let's manufacture an oppressed people and put that at the forefront. And now it used to be like it was a big deal to come out being gay. Now it's like I'm trans, and
yeah.
with this cop thing with Paw Patrol, I see it as like this is a sign of like how good we have it, that we're crying. You know, women in like the Middle East, they're actually fighting for equality to like to go to school for like, you know, K through 8, 12, or college, and they get shot in the face protesting that. Versus here, it's like you're oppressing me for, you know, fictional ideas, and we got to destroy fictional cop characters for kids because police brutality supposedly, and it's just like, where the hell are we going?
With all the stuff we're seeing, all that kind of stuff, it just like another one of those we take an inch, they'll take a freaking mile or 10 miles from the gay rights all the way to trans rights to removing fictional dogs from TV shows because quote unquote police brutality. To me, that's just another example of, like I said, take an inch, they'll take a mile kind of situation.
Yeah, those damn things. Get yourself some 3D Doritos instead. They exist now. They're back in stores, baby. Remember these, Price?
Oh yes, I do.
And so many people don't know what these are. I'm like, you've never had 3D Doritos, and y'all call me dumb. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Well, they taste no different than regular Doritos. They're just
they're spicy chili.
Yeah.
They taste different. They're spicy chili. They have a little different. They have a different crunch to them. They're 3D. There's a very different taste.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised you're eating something with flavor, Rookie.
I know, right? There's also spicy ranch.
You know, like my mom, she always would get like weird tasteless shit. Like, oh, it's so tasty. Like, she likes like matzo soup and like those Jew crackers that like have like no flavor.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the hell? So like, I would expect you to just love that, or like rice. Was it rice? Not patties. Rice crackers. Rice. You know what I'm talking about?
Rice cakes.
Rice cake.
Yeah. Rice cakes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I would expect you to like love that type of shit, where it's like, no flavor.
Well, the caramel flavor ones, all right. I don't love those. They're more of a, I'm going to attempt to not eat as much junk for a week, so I might get one of those to munch on, but that doesn't last very long.
I could see you being like, oh, Mom, you got flavored oatmeal.
Well, getting oatmeal, making a lot of assumptions, buddy. No, see, we were talking earlier. He's like, "Oh, because my birthday's tomorrow, and I was gonna get like a Crown Royal thing, but it's too expensive." And he's like, "Oh, get like a Crown Royal." He said, "Get Crown Royal vanilla." And I'm like, "What the effing fuck? What? Oh no!" I'm like, "Dude,
like
I would not get that. Like, that's
do you
vanilla."
like
I like root beer.
That's vanilla. That's where the flavor's from.
No, but like taking a flavor of something and then going and now add vanilla. It's like no. Same with like cherry Pepsi or Coke. Don't add cherry or vanilla to Coke. Ew, no. Just
that's how I want it.
No, you don't do that. You don't take a good thing with making it nasty. You don't do that. That's my philosophy. Yeah.
Then I guess you wouldn't like mixed drinks then.
Well, no, I do like mixed drinks, but it's different because maybe it's the quantity. Like the flavor straight up being the Crown Royal vanilla. I imagine there's quite a bit of vanilla in the drink. I don't know. It doesn't sound good.
Well, they also have Crown Apple.
That's the one I was going to try to get.
That one's good, but I would say vanilla is like a good start because, like, if you like vanilla, then it's like okay, maybe you can try the harder straight Crown, or then you can venture to something different with like apple.
Or what about a cream soda? Those are pretty good.
Cream soda's okay, I suppose. I haven't had any in a long time, so I wouldn't be able to judge.
I'll tell you what's pretty good that I tried in the military is I think a root beer with a small shot of Captain Morgan is pretty good.
Well, okay. Like root beer floats. I can't do those. I don't know why. What? I don't know why people like, I like ice cream. I like my soda. Let me mix the two. No. That's like when when I was a kid and I thought I could make a mixed drink as a kid and I was like, I'll have my apple juice and an Oreo. Boom, drink. No. You don't do that. I don't know. That's not how it works.
Oh my
Come
God.
on, man.
But then again, like graham cracker, you see, this is the difference between mixing drinks with other drinks and food with
it's different. Like s'mores. You mix a food with another food, you get a different tasting good old food. Like that's fine. But you mix like a drink with a food, I don't know. It depends. Depends.
Man, I would hate to be your parent, man, because like I already deal with enough crap. I'm like fighting them, like try it. Like, okay, if you don't like it, fine, but like taste this thing, and they like freak out because they got to try something new, and I'm like fucking ape shit.
I could try something new, but I could also tell you by now, based on what I have tried, and as an adult, sometimes I'm pretty sure I can tell. I'm pretty damn sure. Especially when I give a lot of things a chance and I kind of expect it. And so some things have surprised me, like spinach. I thought that was going to taste nasty. Didn't taste like nothing. And I mean like sand, like, that you put on a sandwich, not canned shit, like the leaf.
Yeah, definitely.
Is fine.
Definitely.
Like I could eat spinach. It's fine. What's something else I've tried that's fine, I guess. Eggs, I guess, like regular eggs that, scrambled egg in a frame. I used to only get one type of egg. I've ventured out a little bit with that stuff. Waffles are fine. I didn't used to eat waffles, but they're fine. I was a pancake French toast house. They never made waffles.
Once I got into waffles, I'm like fucking pancakes.
To me, they're more fluffy usually, and if they can make them a little crispier, then they're fine.
I need a crispy waffle.
Same here. Crispy waffle. When they're too fluffy and they don't seem cooked enough, that was probably one of my problems. Was every one I'd get from somebody is too fluffy and soft. It's like potato in my mouth almost. Like no. You don't like potatoes? No, I don't like potatoes.
Oh my god, potatoes, cocoa mash them, put them in the stew. I love it.
They'll admit with garlic they can taste okay, but
garlic.
Something about the texture of the potatoes don't feel right going down. So. Yeah, garlic's good. I discovered seasonings of chicken. I used to be plain with chicken. I used to be when I was younger, but I discovered some different flavors make it freaking delicious. So, applewood's my main go-to, but I could go with some different flavors, and I do prefer them to be at least a little spicy on chicken. So, I've grown up a bit. Okay, Angus, shit.
So my question for you, Rookie, is what are you doing for your birthday then?
Like this one's nothing special planned or anything. I took a couple of days off so I can, chill and fuck around. I still have some Jim Beam. I'll probably get drunk and live stream tomorrow for a little bit and see if I can get something else. See if I can get something else done. I guess toward what I want to do. But yeah, just a chilling day for the most part.
Wow,
you'll see me get fucked up. Yeah.
Well, you just wait till your 30s, man. It's gonna be so much fun during your 30s.
Oh yeah, I'll be drinking all my shit and eating some food and going, I'm gonna start losing weight. This is the last one. No.
Well, I was thinking it's interesting 27 because I love the hippie era of rock and roll, and it's an interesting age because Hendrix, Morrison, and Joplin, they all died at 27. And so did Kurt Cobain, even though he's overrated. It's a...
Damn, I feel so talk about that. Jimi Hendrix, now you make me feel old now.
It's funny about Hendrix, okay? So, before I found music myself, I grew up with my mom. It was 80s pop, top hits, compilations, and 90s 80s country, and about the only rock I had was Stevie Ray Vaughan and Creedence Clearwater, which are not bad, but that's easy rock listening. And so I remember talking to my dad, I'm like, oh man, I'm really hooked on Voodoo Child by Stevie Ray Vaughan, and he's like, what? That's Jimi Hendrix. I'm like, who the hell is Jimi Hendrix? And now that I look back, I'm like, that's a sin,
Yep, exactly. Most of my childhood was on the blues, a little bit of hard rock, a little bit. I Def Leppard.
So my progression in music was on my own. It was my mom got me because that year we saw Shark Tale and then we saw Ray. the same year, and so I got both those soundtracks from my CD player, and I listened to the fuck out of Ray. So then I started like trying to find Ray Charles music, and there was like this $5 blues collection of like random old shit that, you know, kind of like Dynamite, some company just bought whatever they could the rights of, and they put it on a CD. And so I found like old random songs, and I knew like which hits I like and stuff. So then I started getting into like, I started paying attention to the radio. I'm like, hey, who's that, stepdad? And he's like, oh, that's Led Zeppelin. I'm like, ooh, I gotta find that. And so the Mothership came out, so I got that, and that's my progression. You know, it was like 60s, really got hooked in music with 60s rock and roll, like 65 and on, and eventually, you know, I found Hendrix, and then I was like, fuck Ray Vaughan, because I got Hendrix, and eventually, you know, I always liked AC/DC as a kid because my grandma, but it wasn't nothing I could listen to because I was the devil in my mom's house, and so I started like stealing AC/DC from Walmart, and I would hide it at my grandma's. And I had it hidden on my MP3 player under like fake names or some shit. And
Christian rock music or some shit. Purity to my soul.
Yeah, I was always headbanging in the back in the car to AC/DC. My mom didn't know she thought.
What you jamming out to, son? Oh, some nice, lovely Jesus music. That's all. Just
yeah. So like, honestly, if it wasn't for my mom making like that in Sabbath, like Forbidden, maybe I wouldn't be as hooked on them. Like, I'd probably really like them because of quality, but I don't think I'd have been as hooked on them if it wasn't for the forbidding. Just like the Doors, you know, the Doors, they went on Ed Sullivan. It's like, you can play anything but Love Me Two Times. And so they went out, they played Love Me Two Times, and they got banned. But that's what like blew them up, was being what everyone didn't want them to be.
Well, the funniest thing is my house where I grew up was, my dad's a minister right now, and he's the one who got me onto Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and AC/DC, because he listens to those at the college age too. So, you know, he's a preacher. I'm a preacher's kid. He's like, oh, here you go. Here's some music for you. So I started listening to Black Sabbath and AC/DC. So my dad's kind of the opposite. You know, it's like, okay, that's cool. So he kind of caught me onto that. But the biggest hit at my dad's house was Johnny Cash.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Yeah, I had a lot of Johnny Cash growing up because Walk the Line came out like the next year after Ray, and it was kind of begrudging that I listened to it because my mom was always playing. I'm like, fuck, and they'd always make it because my stepdad has a sister trains, so they'd always like pester me with Rock On Line and shit. But now that I'm older, I'm like, that's like jamming in my head when I'm like working on the factory line and stuff. I've grown to really appreciate Johnny Cash, especially like his story and everything, and like, you know, because I'm from Southeast Oklahoma, so I'm kind of from his neck of the woods, and I definitely hear like the soul and stuff to him, and like Cry, 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 you know, Ghost Rider, like all that stuff. I'm like, God, this is so good, you know. It's the soul is there. You don't have to be, you know, have like a big show or anything to like really tell a good story with your music. So I you know, the older I've gotten, the more I appreciate music across the board, but what was it? Yeah, for a while I really had Johnny Cash. It was just like shoved down my throat. But I've kind of
I bet the main approved music was In Sync for you.
When I was a kid, that was stuff I was like popular, I wanted to get into, but like my mom was gonna give me that stuff, and
I can't get
older. Good.
Yeah. I was gonna say I couldn't get into NSYNC or Backstreet Boys because during my grade school to middle school time, that's when the Britney Spears came out. I just couldn't get into it.
I had an older sister. I had no choice. It was thrust upon me by my older sibling.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because like I'm bringing my son and my daughter too, but mainly my son into it. Like today we were jamming out to like they know AC/DC enough, like they see the letters or they see like pictures of Angus and they're like Thunder Guys because they love Thunderstruck because I got the Iron Man. It's always playing like when I drop them off to the babysitter, it's like Thunderstruck or TNT on that record. And I'm getting them into Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap today. I'm watching that because there's like a compilation video of like splicing old videos with like the Donington performance. And my son, like, even we're taking a bath and he's like, Dirty Deeds and they're done dirt cheap. And I'm like, yes! And, like, Trolls 2 came out. We're watching Trolls 2, and it's like all about like the rock tribe of the trolls is trying to take over the rest of music and make it like one society under rock, and so you got like this like Nazi subtext to like making everything like one with the narrative, and so like you're kind of getting introduced to the mindset of the rock trolls, and she's playing a gay version of Crazy Train. And it's not bad, but it's good for like kids to like kind of start getting into. But I was like, "Oh, you like that song, Luke?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna play you the real version." So I put on Odyssey, and oh my god, like they sing it all the time. They love it. It makes you so happy because it's like good music is not hindered by time. And
True that.
I'm bonding with my kids over like quality music. Like I never even played Let There Be Rock for them, and I like get back in the car after I lock the door or get back in the car and Let There Be Rock's jamming, and my son's like headbanging to it, and they're like, "I've never played this for you." Oh my god, this is yes.
That's how you know you're a proud dad when your kids start listening to old classic music like that. You're like, "Damn, you're pretty good."
Music going on in the chat's like, "Yo, talking music in a Godzilla stream."
Hey, you know what? That's probably another thing about the Godzilla versus Kong. They actually play some good music too. Got that rap kind of rock thing going in the trailer. That's pretty good.
Yeah, see, like I don't hate rap because like I was in a music history class and like one the teachers asked me like, "How many think rap is rock?" And like I was like one of the only people who raised my hand because like I watched a lot of VH1 Classic and the history of music and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, it's totally like rappers go in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because it's like it's a very specific stylized form of rock. And I'm totally aware of it, despite like where it's gone. Very much like it's very particular in its delivery and everything, just musically. Yeah, I totally see it. I just see like a very specific type of like blues. Because like the blues is I'm not like urban black whatever problems and views of the world and everything, and like that's what it is now. It's morphed into something totally like different sounding, but it's the same root. And so I can appreciate it despite like not being a fan generally of like the subgenre, but I don't know. Like so, like I love when people like Lil Wayne, people in the rock like, "Oh, Lil Wayne can't play guitar." It's like I don't really care. You can just be simple, and it's like bridging the gap because for whatever reason, Black people never got into Hendrix. They got into like James Brown and went with like what deemed black music instead of just embracing music. So it's great to see someone bridge the gap.
Part of the one thing I notice about music when it comes to movies nowadays, at least from my understanding, that from the 80s up to the 90s into the 2000s, you started to hear more like music that kind of gives you that like fighting music. Like for the King Kong versus Godzilla, for example, you're hearing music that gets your adrenaline going. You're like, come on.
Trying to build up the hype to get to the high points.
Yeah. That's what I'm noticing in a lot of movies and TV shows. You're hearing that fighting music. You're just like, bring it on for both rap and rock. That's pretty cool.
Dude, if they get to like the last like epic showdown in this movie and they start hearing like the intro to For Those About to Rock, I'm just gonna like cream my pants.
Well, I imagine that it's not gonna be like the final battle is not gonna be those two versus each other. I imagine there's gonna be something else in fighting.
Like a third party, yeah.
They usually tend to be, they're fighting the whole time, but there's not gonna be, one's dead now. No, they're gonna have some
it's gonna be like it's gonna be like a Age of Ultron where it's like they're like in a circle. They do like the circle cam around both of them, and it's like there's like a
all of me versus all of you.
Tiny. Oh, I love that line. Yeah, tiny little like mech Godzillas. It'd be like it's funny talking about monsters earlier, and like Universal and everything.
Yeah,
one of the most vivid nightmares I've had. I was like 7 or 8.
Yeah,
and I was in like my small town Walmart, but like there was like really tall shelving, like industrial size, like a warehouse, even though it was a Walmart. And for whatever reason, it was like Velociraptors versus Xenomorphs, and like we were caught in the middle of it. We were just like trying to hide from all of them and survive. And I remember like I think because I was like in the dream, I was trying to scream for my dad, but I couldn't get my voice out, and so like so it woke me up. But it was like so vivid. It was such a cool idea, like mixed.
Well, I would say this much: rappers would be shredded to pieces for the Xenomorphs, especially the acid blood and everything. Yeah, they'd be shredded to pieces.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless they do some kind of precise strikes with their claws, like wow, and then
the moment they scratch these anymore, they're scratching right into their acid blood, then all their claws will be melted off. So
I guess so.
Oh man, there's a lot of there's like so many things that people could do, like versus fights like that. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Be pretty tight.
Music Anon says before 1999, rap was about the struggle in the streets. Now it's just mumbling about being a big dick gangster deadbeat. Yeah, I can agree with that.
They're always like, I got my wine and my bitches in my truck, that's country. I'm sorry. Oops, wrong one.
Kind of white boy. It's that Aston Martin or that Lambo.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a remix of the last one I made on your channel. LGBT to the Q. Those SJWs are gonna fuck with you. Now I know goddamn NPCs. Susie likes hairy balls. What do you think of these? Or something.
That's unbelievable.
You can make an LP and call it tranny fluid.
Oh no, I don't want to puke.
Come tranny on. Track.
Didn't see that coming, did you, Music Anon?
That's freaking unbelievable.
They're always like, I'm in my plane and I got champagne. You're nothing, bitch. I'm better than you. And it's like, okay, all right.
It's like, for what? Like, yeah, it'd be great if they did like an 8 Mile 2 or something like that. But it's like today's rappers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Childish Gambino, where he's just like kind of. I
only made $800 million on my track. Fuck, I'm so poor, man. That sucks, or something. I don't know. I have no idea how much rappers make.
Yeah, honestly, I would love to see a Kanye biopic, like in another 20 years or something.
Yeah,
that'd be very interesting because he's gone through the struggle and he's been like a producer and stuff, and he had like his fucking jaw wired, and that's what kind of inspired his writing and everything. So he's got a good story. It's not conventional for like, the normal rap lifestyle.
Yeah, run rabbit run, bitch. That's his rap.
Oh jeez.
My best friend shot himself, and that's his. Shoot himself in his leg with his own gun. Did get a jump out 6 of these.
Oh, it'd be cool because Legendary and Adult Swim are both owned by Warner Brothers. If like the end of this, it turns into like live action Rick and Morty, and it's like Get Swifty 2. Show me what you got.
Yep.
I used to annoy the wife for that because like we have this neighborhood cat. So have you ever seen the movie See Your Life with Pets? There's that dog that is like the conundrum for the main character dog, and it's like upsetting his life. And it turns out that dog, he runs back home in like the suburbs, and it turns out his owner died. So there's a new family living there, but he's like going back home and he's lost. And it's kind of the story of this cat. He's a neighborhood cat, but he used to live in our house, I guess, before the people that we took over the lease from. And so he's just living in this neighborhood. Everyone knows like Carl the cat, it's the neighborhood cat, but he mainly hangs out at my house. So I bring him in at night, and when I'm aware and he's around. And one time we forgot him in the house for a while, and so he took a shit in the laundry room.
Ooh!
And I was just watching Rick and Morty season 2 and 3, so I'm like, "Oh, I
great
shit in the house." I'm like, "You gotta get Swifty."
That's pretty unbelievable.
I annoyed my mom with that, which is fun because I like pissing her off.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I gotta work in the morning, so I gotta take off pretty soon.
Oh, you assume work? It's because
I work from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. So.
Oh wow, I spent more than me. Yeah, I do 2 on 2 off right now, 7 to 7.
Yeah, I do. I do all my 40+ hours are crammed into 3 days, so I got 4 days off every other week. So.
Yeah, but that person is just lounging around, right?
Pretty much. Anyway, so I'll probably just take off and let you guys do what you gotta do.
All right. Well, before you go, you got to give us who do you think will win and who do you want to win? With
as far as who I think will win, and my honest opinion would be slightly towards Kong, but I'm going to be rooting for Godzilla because, like I said, for his overall attributes and things he can do. But I'm going to give a slight edge to Kong. All
right, sweet. Do you think so? Can Godzilla fart fly like the other dude? Or is that? Well, I mean, he has atomic breath. Doesn't he have like atomic fart? Like, I don't see why not.
He's not Gamera, okay?
That's another thing. Would he not have like an atomic dump?
Oh,
if he eats nuclear, and then he's like, would that not power a city for a while? I don't know.
Oh, dude! If he's taking a dump, that's gonna be toxic waste. That's anything else.
They make a toilet just for him by a city.
Don't.
For him to power up the city. Well, thank you for your,
It's gross.
Your nuclear waste is our useful energy now.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Anyway, they're gonna turn Godzilla into like, they're gonna turn into some fucking like. The polar caps are melting, and this movie doesn't do enough to talk about climate change.
Oh, right.
I'm just giving Vox and what's one's other shitty BuzzFeed. I'm just giving them articles right now.
The music on says Godzilla can fly. No, I'm not kidding. What?
I don't recall flying.
Well, on that note, I'm taking off. So you guys have a good night.
Great for man. Appreciate it.
Yep. See you later. Guys, music on, you're bullshitting me. You're playing games. What are you're talking about? I gotta look this up now because that sounds silly. He don't got no wings. He don't got no fart. He don't got no fart blast. I mean, maybe he does have a fart blast. Godzilla. I was gonna say Godzilla. Godzilla can fly. Flying. Oh my god. Are they joking? Oh my god. What?
Show
He's
that.
not joking. Holy shit. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense. What? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call that flying. He uses his atomic breath to push himself in the air, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Okay.
Or it looks like right here he's launching himself into the air. It looks like. Huh. But he's in the clouds. Jesus, that's high. All right. Yeah. I guess that's his flight ability. Yeah, see, if he could fart and then he can aim his atomic breath at his enemy while he's farting. Yeah, right here. There's a gif of him. What the hell? What the hell? You see this? What the fuck is he doing?
It reminds me of comic tropes. There was a video of comic tropes. He's talking about some obscure comic, and I don't know if he pretty much he was talking about how because I was listening to this while I was driving. He's talking about how the way they draw this guy's power, it looks like he's farting his way across the lake or the river or some shit.
Yeah. Just going one big.
Reminds me of Chappelle's show where he launches himself off the toilet.
Well, he says it's a drop kick.
I would love to get a real hard, we're Star Wars guys. I'd love to find a real hardcore Godzilla person and be like, yeah, can Godzilla fart his way around, or just really trigger some
I really do. No, what was funny? So Mahler's fans, his EFAP, when they were giving their thoughts on Godzilla, a lot of his fans were pissed because they're super hardcore Godzillas apparently, and they're like, "Oh my god, sorry, there's a lot of things you don't get it," and they're like, "We're not, we like the monsters part, and but it's there's." Yeah, they got some huge flack. There's super Godzilla fans in their audience apparently. So yeah, I might try to prod around there. I don't know if that question's been asked before. Can he fart atomic blast? Why not, right?
Oh man,
it's gotta go somewhere.
Yeah. So your prediction and your rooting, and I'll give mine, then we'll head out of here.
Well, I mean, I want King Kong to win, but I don't think there'll be a real victor. It'll be we're in the middle of fighting, got him in an arm lock or something, and then, oh shit, what's this? There's something else? Oh, we got to team up, bro. All right. And then they tag team. He's going to ride on Godzilla like a horse or some shit. And I don't know.
Like Transformers 4, all the Transformers fanboys are like, he's riding Grimlock.
I guess, yeah.
I'm like, me, I don't really care. I just want to see robots punch each other. So I'm like, who cares? But like, they're like, no, he's his own thing. He's riding like a horsey.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have like Mecha Godzilla as the final villain or something that they have to team up against to beat. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, it's funny though because I actually grabbed a comic for my daughter because she likes My Little Pony. She's 3, and there's like a Transformers My Little Pony crossover comic, and some of the designs are pretty cool looking actually. And I can just imagine the Transformers fans are like triggered as fuck about that.
Right.
Like I didn't know people were like deep into like RoboCop, and there's people like crying about how like the actor didn't do this, but he didn't do a behind the scenes thing or anything for RoboCop, but then like he did a joke for KFC for a couple commercials of like RoboCop, and they were so fucking triggered about that.
Traitor.
It's like, come on, RoboCop isn't that cool. Come on, just calm down.
Yeah, pretty lame.
It's a good movie, but like, I like there's RoboCop versus like Terminator. It's just like, come on, that's not a match. Come on.
Who do you think would win?
Oh, Terminator. Because at worst, they just send another Terminator. Like RoboCop, like that's it. There's just RoboCop. You got to take him to the mechanic to maybe fix him if you don't like break him apart well enough.
Yeah, perhaps. Screw Attack did a thingy of that. You should check out. I don't really think that their versus matches are very good, but they have decent little animation fights. So
it's just one of those like I'm not deeply invested in like a series or whatever, like the lore of like it's just a good movie.
Neither am I.
So I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I never liked RoboCop. Never gave a shit.
Oh no, you should rewatch it. It's a really good movie. It's just like I don't get the love of like the series thing. It's like, eh. But see, Ancient One says, could you imagine Godzilla performing an atomic fart where he just hops from one place to another while performing an atomic fart? Or like, no, it's better if you're like thinking of it like a lunar lander or whatever, where it's like got like the little jets like slow down its trajectory. It's like,
yeah,
like he's hovering over a city with his farts to like slowly land.
Yes.
But no, for me, I am rooting for Godzilla, and I think he can do it. What's cool though is that scene, like, because I was a big Navy kid. I love World War II Navy shit. A couple of sites, like the Batfish is a Pacific era submarine that's in Oklahoma on display, and I went to the Lexington in Corpus Christi, and I went to USS Texas in Houston. So like anytime we were vacation, if I could find a Navy site, like I was dead set to go there because it was my dream. Like I wanted to go to Annapolis and be a submariner and shit. I realized I can't swim, so Navy's not really an option.
Right.
And so yeah, I went Army, thankfully. But yeah, I love old World War II Navy, and I got some like toys and stuff because of that interest, and one was like a G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, so it was always fun playing that shit. And so to see Kong and Godzilla fighting on top of an aircraft carrier in the sea, like that is cool as fuck.
It'd be funny to see a version of these where they shrink to, action figure size or something. You have like a little Godzilla, all these little monsters. It's like, oh shit, they all shrunk, and it's like, oh no, what are they gonna do? I don't know. So then it becomes like a Toy Story or Small Soldiers, but also with monsters in their little universe relative to their size. That's kind of awesome.
It makes me so sad. Like, I guess it was just it was a movie to try to sell toys like Transformers or something, but it just didn't work out. And a lot of people seem to hate Small Soldiers, and I watch them.
I like it. I like the idea of it too. There's a lot of cool stuff with that.
Yeah, it's like building off Toy Story.
I thought the Gorgons were lame, but I thought the idea was still good.
I always I like the Archer, the main one.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the creatures are
almost-
weird and cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked the determination to kill from the small soldiers. Like, commandos attack. We're gonna kill them with whatever. No.
Yeah,
We'll use his sacrifice won't go in vain, and then transforms all the Barbie chicks to monster freaking things.
Yeah, and Tommy Lee Jones as a villain, his voice is just perfect for that role.
Yep.
Like him and James Spader's Ultron, those are like some of my favorite voice castings for bad guys.
I agree.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited for this movie. I'm kind of like, goddamn Snyder cut people. He moved my Godzilla back a week, but yeah, it's whatever.
Theaters better be open by the time Godzilla comes out. Holy shit!
Yeah,
I gotta see that in theaters, man.
At worst, I was planning because you gave me the HBO access. At worst, I'm hoping maybe have a friend come down where I'm at with his kid and hang out with my son. We can watch Godzilla and just have a boys' night or something, enjoying some.
I don't know. I agree. That's a good second. But I mean, I want to be like, the freaking sound systems, the vibrations of the chair, dark ass room, big ass screen, with it like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't even they're gonna have limited seating because of the Corona crap. So everyone's gonna be spaced out. You're not gonna have the.
I don't care how many people are
No,
next
but
to me.
I want to go. I want to go to the theater for a movie like this because of the crowd aspect of oh shit,
True, I do miss that.
So when you saw Avengers: Infinity War or Endgame, those moments with the crowd,
yes.
Oh man, that might not ever happen again. At least that capacity.
I want some bad movies to come out in theaters too, that are so people can laugh at it together on how bad it is and how shit. Look at that stupid thing! You see it, shit? I want some of those experiences in a theater.
Yeah. No, this would be a fun movie for that, but yeah. I never foresaw a fucking virus killing theaters. I thought it was just going to be, the system in play.
The convenience of at home.
Yeah. No, yeah, it would be cool to see, but especially me and you talking in the background, I'm just all about trying to save money and stuff for projects like Meth Gator and just money in my pocket. So I'm just theater, I can watch it at home. I'm kind of buying into that train of thought now, even though I'm all about theaters.
Traitor.
Yeah, kind of. I guess so. That's more just a money thing for me. I'm why blow, 10 plus a ticket for me and my kid and more
for the experience and to go, God, retard, shut up. You can't have that at home.
Damn it. Darth Deco, we were actually heading out. We were just both men about Godzilla, but we were going all over the place talking Pokemon and music and Johnny Cash and just a lot of fun, like our streams tend to be. But yeah, enjoy the replay. Everyone, I have Patreon here on the banner. I should have said, I'm sure you can see, I think Ricky's verified. There's the join button. You can join my channel for $5 a month, helps me out. And I get more than super chats or something. Goes into my pocket for things like Meth Gator or updating my computer. One of the goals I got this year is need two something to have the Geek Squad to update this computer so I can actually stream more adequately. I've already bought my mic around Christmas. Upgrades like that, or just for Meth Gator, that's what money you give this channel goes to and the monetization and stuff. So anything you help with now or in the future, I really appreciate it. At least though, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, help me as much as I can with the algorithm, getting back and everything. I was hoping to have some videos planned in my hiatus for the copyright strike, but just didn't have the drive for those this last week, but I'll get back to it. Got some comics I need to review. Probably going to review The Little Things, so look forward to that in the next couple days. Really excited about that Denzel movie. Anything coming up for you, Rookie, besides your birthday stream tomorrow?
I can't guarantee anything at the moment. I'm going to be trying to work on finishing the Tomato War stuff so that can be all done. Okay. The editing's a bitch for it. Last night, somebody suggested that I get somebody to edit my videos, at least for the bigger projects. I might.
I thought you were going to say, learn to code.
But no, that's it.
That's all. That's it. I deal with another fucking politic.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
yeah.
You're white as shine.
Mm-hmm.